Hi there, it's Miriam from PainOutsidetheBox, and in today's video I'll be discussing the technique of sending messages of safety to deal with or overcome chronic mind-body pain. Some of you might already be familiar with the idea that pain can often be a danger signal that is generated by our brain whenever we feel unsafe, especially when it comes to mind-body chronic pain. When we have chronic pain that is not medically explained, that is not structural, that is not due to illness or injury, but it just pops up in the body anyway, very often that's a result of a part of us feeling unsafe due to the stress. And then again, as we experience these intense symptoms, and we also find these symptoms to be incredibly distressing, we start to feel even more unsafe. We start to feel unsafe in our body. And this is where messages of safety come in. It's to kind of start feeling safer in our body. We remind ourselves that we are okay. Because if our symptoms are stress-related, if we have enough evidence that our symptoms are of mind-body origin, then we actually know that our body is okay, we're not injured, we're not ill, we're not diseased. So in that sense, we can remind ourselves that we are safe, we're safer than we think, and although the pain is an unpleasant sensation, we are still here in the here and now, we are still going to be safe. So that is the idea. And in the mind-body world, in the TMS world, messages of safety have become kind of the trend these days. Like some people swear by them, they say like, oh, I'm sending myself messages of safety every day to help deal with my chronic issues, with my chronic pain. And some people swear by, keeping at it. They say like, yeah, keep at the messages of safety until your brain actually downloads the idea that you are safe. And the idea is that once the brain registers the fact that you are actually safe, that the pain is harmless, it's just an overreaction to your stressors, your emotional state. Once that happens, then the pain will reduce or go away because you have reached a state of safety once again. So, I have some pros and cons to share about sending messages of safety to deal with chronic pain. On the one hand, it's true, we need to get our body back into a state of feeling safe and our brain alongside it, right? So we need to somehow regulate the nervous system to step out of the fight or flight mechanism in order to get our body back into what we call homeostasis, which is the state of well-being, the state when we are relaxed and when the body is able to heal, to release tension, to regulate functions, hormones, etc., etc. So this is the state that we need to be in most of the time. The problem is that today, with chronic stress, the issues we have to face, the fact that we also start to deal with our symptoms and how scary they are, we might find ourselves in a state of feeling highly dysregulated and get more and more of these symptoms. So the idea behind sending messages of safety is great. You want to get yourself back to feeling safe. Safe in your life, safe in your body. The issue I find with people who keep sending on messages of safety, just using the words to tell themselves, I'm safe, is that sometimes there is an underlying fear behind those messages, behind even saying this. To be honest, when you get yourself to a state of safety, when you start feeling safe, you do not need to tell yourself that you are going to be safe or that you're safe. You just feel it. And this is the problem with certain affirmations like messages of safety and also other affirmations that you might be saying to feel more positive or to feel more okay in your life. If you do not feel these affirmations, if you do not integrate them, really embody them, then they will not work. And there seems to be this trend nowadays that people think that just sending messages of safety will just do the trick eventually. Just keep on saying that you're safe and the brain will get this eventually. That's not necessarily true. Especially since I notice a lot of people like saying these kind of affirmations from a place of dread, from a place of fear. They're still fearing the worst. They're still not trusting their body, and they're not doing other things to help the process. If you really want to feel safe, for example, you really have to have a good look at your priorities in life. You have to see whether you are, first and foremost, respecting yourself, respecting your wishes, dedicating enough time for your self-care, respecting your boundaries. I mean, these things are way, way more important. These actionable things are way more important than just simply sending messages of safety and telling yourself that you're safe and blah, blah, right? So action is far more important. So let's say you take action and you decide to go for a walk out in nature because that's something that's pleasant to you, that's relaxing to you. Well, you don't actually really need to send yourself messages of safety if you start feeling relaxed during your walk. If something inside of you knows that you're doing this for yourself, that gives you a boost already. That's already going to make you feel safer, and that's way more important. Now, this is just an example. For some people, it won't be a walk, it will be something else. Whatever you do for yourself to prioritize your well-being will increase your sense of safety, right? If done from an intention of loving yourself, of prioritizing your mental and physical well-being. If it's done from a place of fear, it will not work. And also messages of safety can be sent out from a place of fear and dread. And, when these don't work, this can lead to more frustration. And then people come and say like, oh, it's not working, and the problem is always how you're going to feel inside. It's not what you say. It's how you feel inside, maybe because of what you say or don't say, right? So some people, yes, need to send reminder to themselves in the beginning that they are okay. They need to kind of drill in the idea that their body is okay so they can trust their body again. But it's pointless telling yourself that your body is safe and okay if you don't trust your body to do anything. If you're still avoiding every activity, for example, if you're still not going places because of chronic pain. And there is a way to get to this gradually. I'm not saying that you have to go all out immediately. But what I'm saying is that action is always more important than whatever you say, right? So I just wanted to emphasize this because it's such an important aspect of healing. And I know that some people might get discouraged because messages of safety or affirmations are not working for them. And I'm here to say that it's the action that counts. And I really want you to reflect deeply on how safe you're feeling in your life. Maybe journaling a little bit about what makes you feel insecure or unsafe or uncomfortable. And then maybe working on your list of priorities of things to deal with to bring relief in some ways. I know that not everything can be solved, not every problem can be solved right away, but just identifying the source of the stress, processing that, all the other tools that we use in mind-body healing, and especially the initiative to take care of yourself, to do something else that gives you some sort of peace or relaxation, that's already way, way more powerful than anything else. So I would say, in conclusion to this video, prioritize action and self-love above pure words, okay? Words don't matter unless you really feel their power, unless you really feel them. So that's all from me for today, and I'll see you again next time.